I'd like to welcome you to my channel here, Corbin's Corner Mortgage. And for those of you that don't already follow me on LinkedIn, my name is Corbin Skinner and I'm a mortgage loan officer. And my goal here is to help improve financial literacy. I'm a big believer that homeownership is the bedrock of many Americans' personal finances. So whether you're a current homeowner or potential home buyer, if I could take some of the mystery out of it, provide some guidance and helpful information, when you've got that part figured out, the rest of your personal finances becomes much easier to manage. And to kick things off, this video is going to be what I like to call a 4x4. We're going to take the last 4 months in the housing market, summarize them for you in 4 minutes or less. So here we go. To begin, let's get a lay of the land. How did we enter the year 2022? Well, we were coming off one of the hottest 18-month stretches that we've ever seen in housing. We saw massive home price appreciation, nearly 20%. Demand was boosted among many factors by record low mortgage rates, and supply was constrained as builders struggled to get the raw materials and labors they needed to meet the new demand in the economy for homes. Now let's take a deeper dive into the supply side of the equation. How has this part moved over the last 4 months? Put simply, we're still in a very tight housing market. Your average housing market would have about 6 months worth of inventory available at any given time. Right now, we're sitting at just above 2.2 months worth. Also in an average market, your home would typically go under contract within about 30 days. That average is sitting closer to 17 days currently. When we look at new home builds, houses being constructed coming on the market, builders are struggling with the same challenges that they faced throughout all of the last 18 months. The increase in housing starts has been mild, but driven almost primarily by the increase in multifamily homes. Single family housing starts actually decreased in the most recent month as builders have simply been forced to adapt their business to the inflation and supply chain challenges they've been presented with. Now, demand has been a bit more dynamic during the first 4 months of the year. A couple of factors pushing it up is that many millennials right now are still of prime home buying age. Secondly, this economy is putting a lot of pressure on people to go out and purchase a home to hold as an asset. By holding an asset instead of cash savings, you help to hedge yourself against inflation that would otherwise diminish the value of those savings. And thirdly, people want to pay a mortgage instead of rent to insulate themselves from the increases that we have seen in rent. That has not been a safe space to hide out, as those prices are also up nearly 20% year over year. However, on the other side of the coin, we have seen a significant tick up in mortgage rates to start the year. This is due primarily to the Federal Reserve withdrawing most of the artificial support that helped to keep rates low in an effort to now combat inflation. And this has hurt affordability for some home buyers in the market that were dependent on those record low rates. Lastly, here's a couple of trends that I've taken note of during the first 4 months. Number one, a lot of my home buyers get frustrated. How do I compete with these cash offers that are out there? That's nearly a third of home purchases now. There have been a couple of exciting developments, some new fintech companies and loan products that can actually help turn you into a cash buyer. I've had the pleasure of helping out a few folks with that so far. And number two, the interest in adjustable rate products is starting to tick up a little bit with the rise in rates. This is absolutely a situation where if you're thinking about it, got to chat with a loan officer like myself or somebody in your network. These have very specific pros and cons, can benefit some folks, can be too risky for others. If you dig what I'm doing, I encourage you to put a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Looking forward to sharing more.